Most people think visualization just works because you repeatedly see what you want in your mind. But if that were true, millions of people would be already living their dream lives. Ancient traditions understood something very different about visualization. And once you understand it, you will stop using visualization as a fantasy and start using it as a tool for transformation. Maybe you know someone, or maybe it's yourself. You notice when you visualize, and visualize, but the things just don't come, right? For some kind of reason, it just doesn't work out despite you actually doing it how the gurus tell you that. And that's exactly what I want to give clarity about in this video. And this is how visualization really works. And especially I will talk about the big mistakes of visualization, okay? Or mistakes that have to do a lot with visualization so that you can visualize correctly, that things really start to work out, and that you will see that you come closer to your goals, right? That you will get what you want. So let's start. And I want to say the third mistake is really something that destroyed my visualization completely. But back then, I had no clue. I just did it like people told me to. So I had no fucking clue what to do, right? I just tried it out. But now I can tell you what's really about so that you can avoid these mistakes. Okay? So let's get started. I will start with a simple one, okay? Because it still matters. When people visualize, so they visualize, but they collect contradictive experiences over the day. And this is a contradiction for the visualization. What do I mean with contradictive experiences? When I mean contradictive experience, I mean in action. So when you visualize, your subconscious needs to be fed, okay? And that means it needs fuel. It needs fuel, and that means you need to take aligned action in combination with your visualization to feed it. Otherwise, if you do nothing, but let's say you want to become rich, what you do is you collect contradictive experiences. So despite actually visualizing, you say to your subconscious, hey, I actually don't want to do anything. I just want to avoid. So it's a contradictive experience for your subconscious. And that's why it doesn't work out. This is the most obvious, I think, for a lot of people. But now you know, it's a contradictive experience for your subconscious, right? So you need to take aligned action combination with your visualization so that it works out. Now let's come to a more interesting one. This one is one that a lot of people do wrong. And this is, imagine there is someone, let's say his name is John. He visualizes, he thinks on his dream car where he drives Ferrari. And, you know, he lives in his ultimate penthouse. But here's one problem. Right now, he's very far away from this reality, so he is barely getting by. Now he visualizes his dream outcome that is usually multiple years ahead. But no matter what he makes, it just doesn't, nothing happens. Why? Well, the reason is, in this case, is because this goal is too far away. So it's necessary when you visualize to not visualize too far away your end goal, not to visualize your end goal in 5 years or 10 years, because it's too far away for your identity. Okay? So to shift your identity, you need visualize your next possible goal. Okay? For example, it can be a goal in 1 year. Okay? And this goal should be chosen, of course, not in a way where when you are barely getting by that you become a millionaire in 1 year. Feel in your gut how it feels when you choose the goal that you want to visualize. Try to use a way too high number and feel how it feels in your gut when you choose the goal. When it feels way too high, you feel a bit way too anxious, actually. Okay? Now, let's say the opposite. Let's say you imagine how in 1 year you barely earn $100 more. Okay, so basically you get almost nothing. This feels boring, right? It's not even exciting. So the key is to use both, to combine, to come closer to the mid from both ends. Choose something that feels like exciting but possible. To some degree difficult, but not too difficult. Based on your gut, okay? And of course, based on your experiences, right? What you have also achieved up until now. It's a combination of both, past, present, and future. Okay? Now let's come to the mistake that I've made that really almost destroyed me. And this is a lot of people, when they visualize, they do it subconsciously out of a feeling of lack. And that was my mistake. I was visualizing. I had a feeling of lack, but I didn't know what to do about it. So it doesn't go away through visualization, right? So I was visualizing and I had a feeling of lack, like I need this now, right? Like expectation, like impulse. Yeah, I want to get this. The problem is visualization is not a tool to escape reality. It's a tool to immerse into reality, actually. Okay? It's a tool to immerse into reality, not to escape reality. But when we visualize out of lack, we try to hopefully not have this feeling of lack, and instead having, of course, our desired reality. But the problem is you need first to radically accept where you are so that visualization works. And this is one of the secrets. You need radical acceptance of where you are and stop resisting it. So basically, accepting and admitting this lack that you feel, okay, allowing you to experience all of that. So accepting your situation as it is now. This is when visualization works the best. Why? Because now, and here's another thing, because now you're congruent with the present and the future. When you don't accept the now, you're not congruent with where you are now. Now you want to go to the future. But if you are not congruent with the now you visualize the future now, they can come both together. They can embrace together. They can embrace each other together. This is what happens when you accept radically the things as they are. So radical acceptance is a big thing so that visualization works out. Feel what is the intention why you visualize when you visualize. Feel it in your body. How do you feel about it? Okay, how you feel before you start visualization. From which place do you visualize? From lack or from neutrality or from great abundance? Okay. Now let's come to another big mistake that a lot of people make. And this is a lot of people visualize to get something. So they focus, of course, because they want an outcome. They don't focus that much. They don't have also that much clarity about who they need to be for that. So in their visualization, they are not clear on who they need to be, right? So how do they look like their clothes, their character traits, the emotions they feel. And feeling good is not an emotion, it's to wagen. What is the emotions they want to feel? Okay? And in the combination with this, the goals are to wagen. If the goals are unclear, it's hard to grasp them. And of course, and who you want to become, if this is unclear, you need both. Who you want to become and what you want, right? Because then, boom, you become congruent, okay? So become clear on your traits and who you want to be when you visualize. Why do you visualize? What are the sensations that you feel? This is the next step. The sensations and the other senses. How do your feet feel? Do you smell the ocean? Okay, the sensations are very often are missing out. So be more clear. Try to expand your clarity. Write the things down, right? About what you want, your visualization. The more clear you are, and then you visualize, and you do it with the right intention, as we talked about, the easier it is to condition yourself towards that. Know you can open the gate and get what you want, right? Okay, and the last mistake that a lot of people make is when they stop visualizing, they return back to their old reality. But what does it bring if you visualize for 5 minutes and then you spend the rest of the day in the old identity? So basically, once you stop visualizing, watch out that you just enjoy the state and keep being into that. Okay, you still try to be as long as possible into the state, okay, that you had in the visualization. And through that, you condition yourself to be into that, rather than instantly getting into your old self and after the visualization. So basically, it's like you're instantly living the ideal self identity and you get back into the old self identity. This doesn't bring much. If you visualize instantly, let's say your mind starts to complain about reality after your stop. So try to stay in this feeling for as long as possible after leaving the visualization, right? It will then become natural for your subconscious to be into that, right? And if you visualize at all, I recommend you to do that in the morning, in the evening, or after a Vipassana session, right? Because then you're in the alpha state. Your subconscious is the most open for that. And with this, I said everything, and comment below what was the most helpful tip of all the tips for you. What helped you the most, right? And if you want even more to go even deeper than that, right? Then click on the link below, and there you can enter in a free discovery session where I can help you out to get more clarity and give you more tips about your situation. And it's for free. Bye bye.